Hi, welcome to the Clever tutorial. We will also go over how to get into Zoom. To start, we'll go up to the Desert Sands bookmarks folder. I have my teacher folder, so I have different apps in there, but the students have their own set of apps that are frequently used and saved, provided by the district, so they don't have to save anything in there. They can't delete anything, they can't add anything. So if they click on Clever, it would take them to this home page. They are single sign-on, they're already signed into Google, so if they just select login with Google, it will take them to choose their account. I am going to choose my Desert Sands account, and I get into my Clever account. Clever just is a single sign-on website where you can just, once you're logged in with Google, you're logged into all of your websites and apps. I have created our Classrooms team Tweet and Clever. Theirs will look slightly different, but they will see this once they get into their Clever account. If they go there, they're going to see that I have added some links. Those links will make it easily accessible to get to things that we will frequent for Team Tweetin. So one of the things I wanted to show you is how they're going to get into Zoom. So if I click Zoom, it's going to launch a meeting. So excuse my image. I am at home in the evening trying to prepare lessons for the beginning of the school year. But I'm going to open this up. It's going to open up with a video. And you will see that I am here. It will have me here. But if I don't want my video to show, I could go stop video. And I have uploaded an icon, and that could take my place. So for students, when I ask them to stop their video, it would be nice if they already had an icon uploaded. So if they haven't already done that, they could work on that by downloading the app. They will have to go to Zoom, just go there for the first time, and they should be able to upload their image. If not, once they get there for the first time, if they could work on trying to upload that. I will, when I have my Zoom meetings, open them at 8 a.m. and they will be open all day. So at any time, they're going to be able to upload an image. So as long as they have a file on their device, they'll be able to upload that. So I'm just going to keep it on the icon that you see. And I want to just show you some components of Zoom. Now, I have my video muted. Okay, the kids can also mute their videos at different times, which most of the time I will, because it really conserves bandwidth and we don't have a lot of issues of cutting out and stuff like that when people are all with their videos off. I will, when I'm teaching live, have my video on. Okay, but when the kids are not supposed to be talking, they'll mute and they'll have their video muted as well. I have at the bottom of my screen how many participants. It's just me right now, but you see when I click that, it shows on the right hand side, and they have some different actions over there. I can rename myself and I can edit my profile picture. So that's where they would do that. They would select participants down below, and then they would go over here and edit their profile by uploading a picture they have on their device already. So if they don't, they can work on that. They can also rename themselves. If they click rename, it just looks like this, and they could rename themselves. That way on the screen in the bottom corner, when all the kids are in there in grid view, it's going to show if they have a picture, it'll have their picture with their name. It just makes it really easy for me. So I do not need them to be live video the whole time. I don't need them to be having their mic on all of the time. So they need to know where those tools are. Okay, so it's going to show me those participants up in this right hand corner. They also have the option to click the check mark for yes and the X for no. And under more, they can do thumbs up, thumbs down, and they can wave. This is when they need a break. And this one is that they had to step away. And that's a good one because you guys, your students will be at home. And if they need to use the restroom, I do not need them to tell me. What they can do is they can put their thumb up, or they can, actually they could do need a break, and then I can do a private chat with them, and they can tell me in a private chat. They could do that as well. They could just send me a private chat message, says I need to step away from the computer for a minute, and then when they come back, they could tell me that they're back. They can do that in the chat. There's a way to just do a message to me, not to the other students, but to me specifically. And then they also have these icons. So we'll figure that part out and work it out as a class. We're going to go over rules, so that'll be one of them. So anyways, that's all there. There's also a chat, so if they select chat, it'll be at the bottom, and I can chat with everyone, but there's also options for me to just have the kids be able to chat to me, not everyone, because we don't want them sending private messages to each other during the lessons. That could get muddy. So then they also have reactions. They can choose different emojis and things like that. We have breakout rooms, which means that the kids would basically get into small groups with a group of people. They'd be given an amount of time, and I can pop in and out of those breakout rooms. And then when the time is up, they'll all get pulled back into the whole group. Okay, so basically that is Zoom in a nutshell. I have set up a password. The link is reoccurring, so it'll always be the same link. I'm going to just end this meeting right now. I can leave the meeting, so when they leave, they can click leave meeting, or they can't end the meeting because I'm the owner of the meeting. So, but they can leave the meeting, and it will tell me that they left the meeting. I would prefer that they tell me that they are leaving the meeting if it is at a time where they're supposed to be in the meeting. But other than that, that is all there is to Zoom. They need to make sure they have a working microphone. They should not be without headphones. When we're all talking, we get feedback online, so when they have earbuds, it reduces the feedback and we can hear each other clearly without all that static. So just to let you guys know, that's kind of how it's going to work. And again, my meetings, when I open them at 8 a.m., they will be open all day. The kids, if they're not in a live synchronous meeting, because they are not in small group for that day, they can leave the meeting and then come back. It's the same link, same way to get there. There'll be a password. It'll be the same password unless for some reason it gets hijacked, and then we'll have to create a new one, which is not a problem. But again, when they log in, they do need to log in with their name. If they log in and they're sitting in the waiting room a while, they need to think about, did I change my name? Or maybe I need to add a picture so that the teacher knows it's me, because sometimes it doesn't recognize the device. Sometimes kids log in on their personal device and then it just says iPhone, or it says iPad, or it says their parent's name because it's their parents already logged into Google. So please make sure that when they log in to Zoom, it is them. Okay, that is for the safety and security of all the students in the classroom. All right. So I'm going to end this meeting. I really am this time. End the meeting for all, and that is it. It'll convert the meeting into a video, and then I can upload that. I can edit and upload it later on to YouTube so that the students, if they missed any parts of it or would like to go back to it, that they may. Okay, and I can start and stop the videos at different times because I'm not going to video from 8 a.m. till 3. I will only video record the lessons that matter. Okay, the times that matter. All right, and that is it. I hope that was useful to know where to get to Clever and how to log into Zoom and what Zoom will look like. I also put a video for Zoom on the Google website, and I will add those same videos to our website at the bottom where I have an area for parents. They're just tutorials. They just go a little bit more in depth. And I hope that information that I provide is useful. And that's the end of this tutorial. Until the next one, have a good day.